Hi, I'm Katie Shaw. I've been studying with Joanne for 6 months now. I discovered Joanne after seeing her on an online interview, liked what she said very much. At that point, I'd been studying animal communication on my own for about 4 years. I read books, I accessed free online information, I studied how energy worked, I talked to my own horses, I heard them, but I didn't always hear them, especially not when I wanted to. And I didn't really know if this was anything, if I had anything after all these years. So I had belonged to Joanne's emails, and just at the time I was thinking of taking a class, her email came through offering her Quick Start program. So that was like, all right then. So I took the Quick Start, and at the end of Quick Start, we were offered to join the ongoing study group called Deep Dive. And at the time I thought, more resources. Oh, well, it's continuing education. I usually can refigure my finances to do what I want to do. So everything I've done over my years that I've learned to do well, I've learned through continuing education. So when this was offered, I knew I wanted to do it. I trusted Joanne. I loved her concepts. Wasn't sure I'd be able to apply those concepts on my own going forward. So I joined the Deep Dive. My favorite feature of this group is the hot seats. The group is diverse, personality-wise, experience levels, and the questions we all ask Joanne to consider to help us with covers so many different topics. I'm learning more about the animal communication world than I ever knew existed. And when it's my own hot seat, it's a personality thing, but I will go on a tangent. I will go down a rabbit hole, and Joanne will gently nudge me to another thought, another idea, another angle, so that I can get back to the center and back on my legs. And I really appreciate that. Just that little nudge. Should be able to do it myself, but I really appreciate that from Joanne. I have an analogy for the deep dive. It's like when I walk on the beach and I see all these little treasures that have washed in from the tide, and I pick them up, put them in my pocket. And when I get back home, I take those items out and I put them on the table. And some I laugh, like, why did I ever pick that up? That's not me. And other things I think, I don't know. I maybe put them in a drawer. I'll look at those later. But the precious ones I put back in my pocket. And those make my pockets a little heavy, and I consider that my grounding. And the things that are in my animal communication pockets right now are what I've learned in Deep Dive. Telepathy, of course, but also the concepts that we learn to explore have taught me how to stay centered in my purpose, my passion. And those things help me be in an open heart space where I can talk with animals. Gives me confidence, gives me grounding. I wouldn't have those things in my pocket without the Deep Dive. So if you're considering joining Deep Dive, my first thought is just do it. But I know resources come up and you may need to refigure your finances. Do it. It takes care of itself when it's right for you. You may feel a tug, your inner guidance pulling you toward this group. I hope that's the case. I have one bit of advice. Say you join the group, and like me, maybe you have a tendency to watch and wait, maybe see what's going on first before you jump into the group. But I was encouraged to get right in, and it worked so well because there's learning to be had. There's really no waiting for what's a better time. So my suggestion is the first thing you do is sign up for your first hot seat. If all the schedule is full, Joanne will find a place for you. I'll see you there.